Good day, Robloxians of the world, and welcome to Creator Convos, a show dedicated to bringing together creators in the community. Today, we have a convo between two YouTubers known for their interests in the strange and unusual. Please welcome to the show, SenPrista and Toasted Cherries.
What's up?
Sup? I'm Maple.
And I'm SenPrista. I make Roblox videos. You know, just
Yeah. A lot of stuff like that.
Okay. I guess we could just click the red button. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. I was thinking if we clicked it twice and then got two different topics.
Yeah. Okay.
First one.
Okay, what about your channels? Wait. What did I just read? Okay. Actually, first off, sometimes I can't read, so bear with me. That's just kind of me. But okay. What your channels are about and how they came to be. Okay, I think I'll start this one. Because mine was kind of really weird. I would watch a lot of different stuff, and then I kind of just found my fitting. Okay, I'll put one example. Have you ever watched Remainings back in 2017? You know that series where he'd play weird games with his friends?
Yeah.
That is probably what I do now. That's why I do it. Because I love those two videos. They're my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. And I probably saw them 100 times. So now I kind of do stuff in that field where it's these weird games that not that many people play, or channels that not that many people have known about until now, because the community Roblox ARGs is kind of really popular now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that's kind of just what I do. I like these myths, I like these web series and ARGs, I love them. And I like giving these I don't know, these niche, I hate using that word, but niche
Yeah.
channels and stuff in the light, I guess, showing them off to people. I don't know. I enjoy it. That's kind of what I do now.
Yeah, I kind of had a bit of a similar story. I did a ton of different things before I was I started with Roblox. The very first things I was doing was Roblox, and I kind of took a 6 year 1,000 detours and did 5 million other things. I did Mario animations for a bit. I was doing Minecraft sort of Discord shadow play highlight type of videos for a while, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then originally I had quit Roblox for a couple years, and there was a video very similar to what you were talking about. Charborg, if anyone in the audience is familiar, he did a video called the Roblox Zone, which a friend had showed me in early 2019, and it was a video where he he went through a bunch of really old horror games and stupid kind of games with it was very it was mostly stuff One Dev 2's Fear, which is a very classic horror game from 2010, and it was stuff like that. And it was very funny to me because I had a lot of nostalgia for those games because I had played them, a lot of them as a kid. And I came back pretty shortly after that, and eventually in between then and 2021 I did some other stuff, and then in early 2021 it was between I was going to make I had kind of given up on making Minecraft videos. That's what I was doing for a little bit, and then I had either it was between making a video about Valve's Ricochet game, which is a old Half-Life mod that they released as standalone in 2000, and a deep dive I had done on the Roblox horror music, which is an old song that a lot of games used to use. And it was between those two, and I picked the Roblox one. People really liked it, and I eventually went down that rabbit hole further, and now my channel is mostly about that, but I do tend to dip into the horror YouTube and horror game sphere, which I
Hmm.
had a lot of influence from. So that's mostly what my channel is about.
I liked that video. I just want to put that straight. I've probably seen your videos like a lot. I don't want to like
Thank you. I
fanboy, but
mean,
like I've been watching your videos for a while, like a
that
while.
video is extremely funny to me because that was towards the end of like quarantine. That was April 2021, and that was I had recorded that in about a day. I did the writing like 2 months earlier, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't think people would really care for it because it was kind of like stupid. And I mean it was like nobody at the time really like cared about that sort of thing. And it was I had recorded it at like 6 in the morning before a Zoom class, like before Zoom school classes I was supposed to attend,
Oh yeah.
and I was editing it in the classes, and it was very rushed. I got a lot of things wrong in those initial videos. I might talk about that more later. I did. My research has definitely gotten a lot better over the years, and my writing and all sorts of things. But it was very sloppy, but it is very like nostalgic for me. I do really that's the main reason I've kept some of that stuff up, is that I have a lot of what's the word, like sentimentality for that
Yeah.
sort of thing. I do remember seeing a lot of your earlier videos. I remember the one about, I think it was called Insani. It was the game where you had to wait like 5 million years
Yes.
for a door to open. It was a horror game that a friend had shown me in
Yeah.
2020, I believe, and I had no idea how to beat it. Or I think we did eventually get to like when it's pretty much you're locked in this like white padded cell for a long time, and then the door opens eventually, and weird events happen like
Yeah.
throughout that entire duration. And then I do remember seeing your video about it, and that was how I ended up finding your channel. But I ended up diving more into your content a lot later than that. But that was
Yeah.
how I was introduced to the SenPrista channel.
Well, that video, I made that maybe in like 30 minutes. But the recording obviously took hours because that game, oh my God. Like you literally had to sit there for hours and you just had to wait. But I honestly think I kind of found out that a server kind of needs to be like full and like has to be around for a while. And God, that update V3, because it's like in Sony V3, that was like 2019, and they keep saying, "Oh, V4 is coming soon." It was
Oh
like seven
God,
years ago.
yeah.
Like
That's
I don't think.
like the flee the facility, what is it, like the perks
Huh.
when you're the beast? That's been upcoming for a solid 10 years at this point. It's like
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
the
that. It's like
Prison Life that just came out, right? Didn't that like this the
oh
snipers?
yeah. I do remember when they were hearing about like the updates with that.
That game makes me so angry. Like I don't know. I
it's
don't
it
get
was
mad at
it's quite
games.
fun actually. I don't really play Roblox all that often in my free time, but Prison Life is a pretty fun multiplayer type of game on there.
Yeah, the prisoner experience is literally just, you leave your cell and then a cop may shoot you with a shotgun in the prison. I don't know. I just want to like hang out. I'm not trying to escape, but they still shoot me. It's annoying. I'm not trying. Okay, I was trying to escape, but like, why? It's like a firing squad every time I enter a room, and it's annoying.
Yeah, you'll be sitting at the cafeteria or wherever you're assigned to go, and then eventually you'll just get like like fully just like mag dumped for no reason, like
Yeah.
just yeah. I never understood like I wouldn't ever like, I don't know. A lot of that game and Jailbreak, I remember being pretty fun as well. I wasn't really there for the main hype of those games, but I
Yeah, me
remember
neither.
going back to those games a lot later. I remember 2021 or 2022, I had like a Jailbreak phase. Me and my friend used to do the thing with the helicopters. There was a hill you could jump on, where you could jump on a like a police base or something, and there was a helicopter on top of it,
Oh,
and you could pick up cop cars. So we would like lure them out to like start chasing one of us, and then the other one would take the cop car and then like throw them in the ocean or something. It was quite fun.
Jesus. Yeah, I played a little bit of Jailbreak, but I think the game that I played the most, and I think if there was a way to see your hours on the game, if I had that plugin where you could see like the amount of hours you had on the game, I would be worried to look at Arsenal during 2020.
Oh,
Oh my God. Dude, I played that game maybe every day during quarantine. I was pretty good. I was pretty good, but actually that reminds me because my old videos from like cuz I made my channel in like early 2019, and from that point until maybe 2021 I uploaded the most like random stuff. It's like I didn't even try to like get an audience. I just uploaded the most random stuff and I'd be like, okay, let's see if this works. See if this works. I don't know. You know, an Arsenal backstab montage. We'll throw that in there.
yeah,
And then maybe some random horror game I find. But then kind of now I kind of just found my footing on what I like. But
yeah.
I'd be I'd be worried to look at the hours in Arsenal because I played that game so much and now
Every
it's
day
dead,
at quarantine,
sadly.
I was doing high pixel Sky Wars and Bed Wars. I was not great at those games at the time, Minecraft Sky Wars and Bed Wars, but I did
Good
get a
times.
lot better later on, but I still probably have an FKDR below like 2 on either of those games. But yeah, no, my channel, I had many different channels. The earliest real channel I had that I was mine and I was uploading videos onto it was like mid 2015. And
Jeez.
so I was very young at the time, and it was mostly Roblox stuff. I've gone. I don't have a lot of my old videos for a couple different reasons, mostly like storage, computers, me just deleting everything a couple
Yeah.
times, stuff like that. And yeah, I had a couple different channels, and I didn't really like care about. Well, I mean, I thought it would be cool, really cool, if I had like 10 million subscribers or something. But
Yeah.
I wasn't really like going after that until probably like 2019 or so. That was when I started like really trying, and then for like 2 years, I just had like a period where I was like really trying and was seeing like absolutely no success whatsoever.
Yeah.
That was when I was doing like mostly like Minecraft stuff, and eventually, before I did the Roblox horror music video, I should mention that I switched channels. If I remember correctly, October 2015, September 2017, July 2020, and then that
Mm.
was when I made Toasted Cherries, and then after that I kind of continued making the same content with a little bit more variety. But I eventually started like putting a lot more effort into like each individual video after the Roblox horror music, because I started having like a because like I didn't really grow up. I grew up watching a lot of like Let's Play content and like stuff like that, but it was
Uh-huh.
mostly like my favorite videos. The videos that stuck with me were like the analyses or like stuff like that. Like so when I was really young, it was stuff like Scare Theater and like Video Game Donkey, and when I was a little bit
Yeah.
older, it was like Tom Scott, stuff like that. Ahoy, stuff like that. And I eventually wanted to make stuff that was more formatted in like a more compact sort of essay analysis type of like history type of thing, and that was how I eventually found my footing and like my style, because I
Uh-huh.
took a lot of influences from the stuff I was watching at the time, but kind of or like honed it into something that was more me. It was like flexible.
Yeah. Like like with me, I know I said like, you know, from the I had one channel, right? I never had like an early deleted channel. It's always been this, but it's just been like various like different names that I couldn't really understand what I wanted. Uh
Mm.
and then I found SenPrista because it sounded cool. But I don't know if you know this, but I really liked the YouTuber Temprist. I liked a lot of his stuff
Mm.
in 2020. And then I was like, wait, I like the prist part. So I'm going to rearrange some of the words and add an A at the
Bro,
end. And then I got SenPrista. That is literally how I got it. That is how I got it. And then
that's that's crazy.
I know. Um, I feel a little bad because now it's like, I took his name and then I just added some letters, but I don't know. It kind of stuck with me. I did always like the name Sen because here I'm gonna talk about a movie. Because Spirited Away, like she gets the name Sen when she's at the ghost place. So I was like,
Mm.
oh wait, that's a cool name. I'll keep that because I love that movie.
Just
So
saving it for later.
yeah, and then I don't know. I have SenPrista now, and I mean, it was probably the only name I could really think of. So I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
That's kind
feel
of
bad about taking half your name. I didn't realize it was Temperist at all. I thought it was Priesta for a very long time. But
yeah. A lot of people
my
seem to get
name,
a priest.
yeah, that's what I thought it was. My name was I originally had a couple different usernames. These weren't my like earliest, but I had Toasty in one, and then
Yeah,
I had another name that was Cherry Yoshi. That was a channel I had right before Toasted Cherries that I did like Minecraft stuff on. I've deleted most of it. I still have a lot of it, but uh
yeah,
and I took it was originally for a private account on Twitter that I had that was this was like 2019. I named it Toasted Cherries because it was like a combination of both because it was like a personal account. I didn't really care. It was like just
yeah,
for like me and my friends to follow. But eventually I moved on from the Cherry Yoshi channel because I had like a lot of subscribe because I had on that very channel I had moved from the Mario animations like specifically I should say like I was doing like Mario 64 bloopers and machinima if people are
hmm
familiar with that like kind of if anyone was watching like SMG4 circa any time before like 2017 18 that's the kind of stuff I was doing or I can't really think of anyone else who was like really that big but pretty much that was the type of stuff I would make my Mario 64 characters do funny things and talk to each other and put sound effects in and I had a channel where I was doing that and then I switched it to Minecraft all of a sudden, and then everyone stopped watching videos on there. And then that was why I moved to Toasted Cherries pretty much. I wanted like a clean slate because
yeah,
I had a bunch of like just like random stuff that was kind of just thrown on there. I did have a lot of videos on there where at the time I felt like I was putting a lot of effort and time into it, but it's like it was like nothing in comparison to like even like what I was doing like a couple years back. Like it was pretty like uh I had one video on there that was like I had a couple videos that were like uh videos of me and my friends doing something in Minecraft and it would be like pretty highly edited, but it would only be like 5 minutes long and it still felt like it took like a month to make. Like
yeah.
so it's like there was like a really solid like shift after that. It's kind of weird to think about now.
That's like my old videos. I had a problem where I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna edit the first part of the video, and then the rest, nothing. Like I
Oh,
gave up like halfway through. That was probably maybe like 2021. A lot of my old videos. I'm scrolling through it now on my phone. Like a lot of these videos, I'm just remembering them. Like the first part of the video is edited at the time I thought was good edits, and then the last part would just be like nothing. I didn't. I don't know why I didn't put that much effort into it, but I don't know. It's like I'd like run
like
out of
just losing
ideas.
steam.
Yes, and then I'd just be like, send it off. This will get
Oh,
popular, but it didn't. So. And then it clocked me. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should actually try. And then that was like maybe 2022. And I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna upload random stuff, semi-random stuff, but just I guess edit the whole way through and the edits weren't that good, obviously. But and then like what is it, like 2023? I would be in like these weird, like these communities, like okay, PM606. I haven't thought of this game in so long, but I used to
Yeah,
play those
yeah.
games a lot because there was a community and people liked it. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll make some videos. But then I uploaded a video that did really well. Like, what was it? I remember at the time it got like 500,000 views. It was on these games, those like experience games, those horror games that came out
It was
that
like
everyone
the
hated.
subway experience and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
do remember stuff like that, yeah.
I made a video and I was just like kind of making fun of it, and it did really well. And I was like, you know what? I should probably continue doing stuff like this and not stay in one community because I didn't want to like box myself where I couldn't
Yeah.
really like move out of the community. So I had to like use that video as a way to branch out. And I feel like if it wasn't for that video, um, I probably wouldn't continue to grow as a channel, I guess.
I am quite glad. I have a couple different videos in my mind that I would call like my uh the reason like why I'm where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Like where
Yeah.
like there was like a shift there that really kind of like focused me on like a like this is what I want to do with like my videos now. I had a video. It's private now, but there were a couple different Roblox gameplay videos that I did
Hmm.
right before the horror music one. There was one about the mimic that was kind of like that was how I shifted back to like Roblox, and I
Yeah.
remember thinking that video was pretty great at the time, and then it was that, and then I had a different one on getting a snack at 4 a.m., which is also private, and I kind of started like really thinking about Roblox again because I hadn't really been active on it since like 2020 and 2021. I had played it a little bit, but really I hadn't been fully active on it since like 20 probably the end of 2016 really cuz
Uh-huh.
I had like a 2017 and 2018 I'd quit the game entirely cuz I thought it was like cringe and all it
Yeah.
sucked and whatever, and I that was mostly when I was doing like the Mario stuff, and I eventually came back to it. It was the Roblox Zone video that I talked about a little bit ago that really like inspired me to come back to it because it was like mostly like nostalgia and also just to see what was going on with it. The only thing I had heard about Roblox in that like period of time was the Quackity raid. That was huge at the time.
Yeah.
It was like the Quackity forum raid. Because I remember being a pretty big fan of him at the time, and I was like, why'd they ban him? Like, because they had like the whole like 13-year account ban, or it was like
Jeez.
your account had to be 13 years or older to post on the
Yeah.
forums, which that literally was not possible at the time because that would have meant like 2004. But yeah, it was because to be honest, I really don't think the forums should have existed after like 2012 or something. Because I'm really glad that they shut down in retrospect. Because
Yeah.
at the time Roblox was a little bit smaller. It was still huge, but it really made more sense in like 2006. I sorry, 2006 to 2008.
Uh-huh.
I almost said yeah, but like at the time that made more sense because that was when they needed like user feedback, and that's when they were like really just like throwing stuff at the wall and just seeing what sticks.
Wait,
Because
wait.
you
Uh,
know
I-
with features they
oh,
would test stuff out that was just terrible.
that's actually true. Maple, make sure you walk around so you don't get AFK'd.
Oh, true, true.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. There we go. That's it. Okay. Do you wanna click the red button? I feel like
Yeah, we've been on one question for a while.
all right. Let's go.
Roblox myths and ARGs evolving over the years. Now, this is really interesting to me because I was pretty active in like I really liked creepypastas as a kid, mostly because of like whatever
Yeah,
like
me too.
Markiplier and PewDiePie and like Luigi Kid Gaming type of videos I was watching at the time, that and also Scare Theater, stuff like that. Back when Some Ordinary Gamers did this series that was about like old creepypastas and games.
Hmm.
I forgot about that until now. But stuff like that. Uh that was that and also like stuff like Herobrine, and they kind of had like a Roblox equivalent to that. There was like a, with like people tried reinventing like 1x1x1 like 20 times, and I remember hearing about stuff like that when I was a kid, and really being freaked out by it. And there were like really early Roblox myth games. I remember No Entry 666 was this one. At the time, there was like a website glitch that like messed with the image, like the icon on it. I can't really describe it that well, but it would
Uh-huh.
put like images on the website. It was really like freaky at the time, but I remember my friends on Roblox at the time showing me stuff like that, and like the Tempest by the Noli account that was
Yeah,
that wasn't even
it's a good one.
owned by the original like person who created the account called Noli, that people were freaking out about, stuff like that. They were just like really, in retrospect, pretty like horribly built myth games and stuff like that. And I remember a couple like screamer jump scare games from around that time, like 2014, 15, stuff like
Hmm.
that. And seeing it kind of, the thing is, I think like ARGs now, it pulls a lot from that, which I find really interesting, like stuff like that, but kind of like putting like the the lens of like modern internet horror and like
Yeah,
how indie horror games are kind of seen now, and then putting their own twist on that, which I think is pretty cool.
yeah, like I feel like, we were talking about this before the whole interview, like Recall a Hollow Heart. I feel like pulls a
Yeah.
lot from that. You can even tell from the library entry, because like my second video I had to make, I had to go, or I didn't have to, but I did it. I went through every single frame that showed up when he like clicked a topic, because when
Mm.
Dragon would click the topic, all of that information would go right to his head, and it would just like show him in quick frames of the images. So a lot of them were early internet creepypastas, like what's one? I Feel Fantastic. Uh
Oh,
Crap, what's another one? I'm totally blanking here. Um, but you know what I mean, right? That's
yeah,
all.
stuff
I
like
feel
in
like,
that vein, where it was kind of like there was like a mystique to like old creepy internet videos. A lot of them weren't even like meant to be creepy, but they were just like surreal enough and just like had so many like
yeah,
weird aspects. And especially at the time, people would like make up these like smile dog type of stories to them. Like if you watch this, and you'll get like evilly slaughtered in 30 days,
yeah,
stuff like that. Uh,
The Ring.
like I Feel Fantastic. Yeah, yeah. It was stuff like that that at the time really caught my attention. Especially Shay St. John was one that I was really obsessed with as a kid. That channel and character was really cool to me. I didn't really understand why, but yeah, it's stuff like that that I kind of got me into like horror in general, really.
Yeah, that was definitely one for me. I just remembered. One of them was like Blank Room Soup. That was another one in the
Mm.
in like the section, because I guess that was like really early uh internet horror, and I guess, but I just love how they take a lot of it from these early days of the internet into these like ARGs and web series. I find it so cool and so interesting, which is probably why I'm like, I'm always looking at them, I'm always watching them. Like any one that I find, I'll probably just watch the whole way through, even if I'm not covering it. I love it so much. It's just what I've been so interested in looking at. Ever since ever since I saw your Brandon Works video, I didn't even know that could be a thing on Roblox, because back in 2020 I was probably too busy just doing random BS in like Minecraft or some myth game that I found with 5 visits that I'd somehow make a video on.
Mm.
But yeah, I feel like that whole Brandon Works stuff, that was definitely an introduction to the whole thing. I thought it was real. Like I thought like a lot of that stuff was like semi-real because like, obviously I didn't know that was a part of the community. I just watched it and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I just moved on with my day. But and then I found this is actually how I started with the whole web series stuff. I found the channel uh Roblox web series container, and then I
Oh
found,
yeah.
Brandon Works in there, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." But then I'd go through the playlist. I went through it and I went through it, and I was like, "There's a lot of good stuff in here." So and then I made a video on Roblox House Encounter, which is, I think, Monument Mythos. Have you seen that? I
I
haven't,
haven't
but
seen that, but I do remember the Roblox house encounter video you made.
yeah, that was a big change for my channel. Like, because that was probably one of the first, like, video essay esque type of video that I made. That was literally the first.
Mm.
Actually, no. I think, no, I think I made like two iceberg videos on like horror games before that, which does remind me. I did watch like all of your iceberg videos. They were a big inspiration. I love them so much. I think
Thank you.
my favorite one wasn't even the Roblox one. It was like the one that was like 2 hours long on just internet in general, or just
It
was
was
it YouTube?
the YouTube controversies, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I find those videos really interesting because a lot of them were things I did know a lot about, but I felt like I was also like dipping my toes into like topics I felt like with icebergs, you kind of had to like go through things really quickly and not
yeah,
really like touch on them that much and like analyze them and really like kind of like, especially if it was like an obscure thing, like put like, and this is mostly just like my like perspective and like how I was thinking of it at the time. So a lot of the iceberg videos I don't really look back on as fondly,
yeah,
because a lot of them were kind of just uh like just brushing through things. Especially it does rub me the wrong way now, especially with like controversy type of stuff. Like the YouTube controversies especially kind of does touch into like the lolcow side of YouTube, which I'm
uh-huh,
not a fan of. But the horror games ones I do think are quite interesting, especially I do like talking at pretty much any point. If I can find a way to fit it into a Roblox video, if I can talk about like a Roblox horror game that I played as a kid from like 2013 to 2016, like in that range, especially like stuff like Bloody Mary, the Bloody Mary game by Haunted
yeah.
USA, which is from 2012, or Zack Attack's Glitch, which is one I remember from
I remember
2014,
that
stuff
too.
like that. Those games, a lot, especially the Bloody Mary one, didn't really age well, but stuff like that, it
Uh-huh.
really, circling back on this, it really does there's like an added layer of like nostalgia for me when I think of like Roblox web series that are like that take from those that era of Roblox horror, which was already taking from like general creepypasta and like urban legends that are
Yeah.
stuff like Tales Doll is quite old, like even older than like early Roblox horror creepypasta, stuff like that. So stuff like that, there's like a added layer of nostalgia for me because it's kind of building onto it, which I find really cool. Especially there was one that I found a little bit ago that was RSK Reborn. I'm pretty sure you've seen it as well. It was it was built on the 2007 like Roblox Spirits, which was like a
Oh
kind of
yeah,
it was kind of
yeah.
a it was one person messing about in games and on the forums, and then eventually it kind of spiraled into a bunch of people that were like pretending to be these like Robloxian ghosts pretty much. That was it was kind of a mess, but yeah. I think trying to that those channels, that like network of channels is really cool to me because it's kind of like branching off what was actually happening at the time and adding more like of like like literally, yeah, like a modern twist to it and like more in-depth sort of lore to it, because at the time it was like kids kind of just being like, these Roblox games are haunted and stuff like that. But I do think kind of delving deeper into that and like actually branching it out to be like a real story is quite cool. But it's in the same like format as like videos that would have been created at the time. That's great.
Yeah, and there's one thing about like, because like the topics mentioning both myths and ARGs, because how like the myth community really died after that whole issue and controversy that happened. You obviously know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
but I really do believe that uh because myths, stopped, it's now like this community with like web series and ARGs, because it was a completely not really like new, because it was like a small community in like 2021 and 2022 with like Roblox footage archives and Brandon works that were very small, and I guess not that many people knew about until your video. But I I kind of believe that this is like the new myth community,
Yeah.
not for like the bad reasons obviously, but like
Yeah.
in like the the process of investigating and creating, in that sense, because
Mm.
it is so fun. The myth stuff, playing a game, going to a meeting, watching like Flamingo or any other YouTuber covering it, it's just a blast. And I love it. I'll even go to like these random ARGs and just watch it and go visit the game, figure out like the puzzles and all that stuff. And because it really brings me back to 2020, when I would go through them while Albert was making those videos, because there was one that really like has a soft spot in my heart. It was like "You Look Happy," but then there was also like it was called
Oh
like
yeah.
MAD. That myth is my all-time favorite. It is so good. I think I did almost everything. I think I missed one game because it came out later, but I missed that so much. So when these ARGs and web series came along, it was like a breath of fresh air, but it was also like I had memories that were like relating to it. So I kept doing it and kept doing it. And now, I'm still doing it and I love it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I do it now, because it reminds me of that time, so to speak, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like the myth sort of thing was kind of what like after I kind of got brought back into Roblox, that was like a big influence on me like staying there for a little while.
Uh huh.
I mean after like just general Roblox history, it was kind of like that. I mean, it was both a mix of like how far Roblox had come, and also I feel like Roblox is just a generally great place out of any video game. I feel like because it for me, I had kind of seen the same things with like Minecraft before, and
Yeah.
Mario 64 had like the whole like Wario apparition thing, if and stuff like that, and because that was around the time the source code had been leaked, and stuff like that, and people were kind of making like these creepy pastas again about like the beta of Mario 64, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was kind of already familiar with that format as well. Also, Gary's Mod, and I think out of all of these games, Roblox is the best for that. And that's not even like a nostalgia thing talking or
Yeah.
anything like that. I feel like it's because of the format of like hubs of places and like accounts and stuff like that. Like that is like because I've I haven't really thought about this until very recently. I talked to someone who was about to intern at Roblox in 2007. He didn't end up getting the job, but he pretty much was
Yeah.
talking about how uh Roblox, really there was nothing like it before. Like if you think about it, like nobody, okay, like put yourself in the shoes of like a random kid circa 2000, and I
Oh.
did that almost earlier and then stopped myself, and now I just did it again. But anyway, so put yourself in like the shoes of a random kid from that era, and like there's nowhere else on the internet that would allow you to make your own game and then also put that out there, and then on top of that, there would be multiplayer servers already hosted by them for it. Like, no, you don't have to pay a single cost. You could just
Yeah.
build a little crappy game and then put it out there, and then a bunch of people could play it, like, completely for free. There was nothing really like that, and there still is, like, a very unique quality to it, like, even to this day. Like, and so that's why I feel like Roblox myths and, like, web series and stuff like that, it's very special when it's, like, on Roblox in particular. There wasn't really a community around it, when it was like really starting out, like 2020-ish. Like, for the first few years there wasn't really a community, and it was more of just like people's like passion projects like spouting about, and it was kind of like a continuation of like the myth community in that sense. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
was really towards the end of, pretty much the end of the myth community's like life cycle. And it really ties in with like the whole like surreal game community. That's the best way I can like think of it. They've
Yeah.
kind of had that like aspect of it really figured out, where it's like the accounts that link to each other. I feel like that's why Roblox is really the best platform for this type of thing.
Yeah, because it's so easy to like put your idea onto the map and then, have a bunch of people see it. I think it's so cool because it allows for like all these interesting puzzles and ideas, and it's just so fun to look through. And I've said this so many times, that's why I love going through each and every one. That's why I love it. But yeah, do you want to I'll click the red button if you're fine with it.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can click it.
All right. All right, topic number 3. Hold on. Is my recording good? Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Oh.
What are your opinion on these guys? Okay, Gauze. That's what I'm seeing right now. I don't see you, but I see Gauze. So Gauze is really like an early one, in my opinion. With like, that was kind of like when Flamingo and them were like really, really like, that was, for me at least, that was like not really the earliest, but that was when kind of like the myth community was really like starting to like be at its like peak.
I'm on the ceiling.
Oh.
I spawned out of the map. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I got flung.
I didn't really dive too deep into Gauze very early on when it was like at its peak in popularity, but I do think it had like a big sort of influence on like later myths and like the general myth community. It's so I'm not really nostalgic for it, but it's pretty cool looking back, because there was definitely a lot of effort put into it.
That's me too. I don't think I watched like a single video on Gauze somehow. And people keep on saying that I'm crazy for it, but I don't know. I just never really got into it. But I'm sure, yeah, like you said, its influence is probably insane. But I just never really looked at it and really researched, I guess. I don't know. I think I was too busy with like other ones like MAD and all that other stuff. I don't know. I didn't really I can't really judge it because I don't really have a proper opinion. So that's about it. Is this gonna be like you have to guess who it is, and is this gonna be a bunch of gauzes?
Wait, please, I can't chat. Can you put the name in?
Wait. Is it hold on. Okay. Oh god. Oh, no, 0? Okay. See? Gauze. Oh.
1x1x1. Okay.
Forsaken. Okay. Don't hate me on that one. That's a joke. But
this one is I like this one because this was really this was the Roblox hero, Brian. This was really like this had like a revitalization like 12 times in the community over like different years. I also do think it's funny the main way 1x1x1 is portrayed now, like the one with like the green torso and like the skeleton and like all that, it's stolen from like a random kid's free model, which is very funny that they were doing that with the Roblox toys. They did that with they would just put like people's clothing items on toys and like not tell them at all. I do think that's very funny. That's not really related to 1x1x1, but
Sounds
yeah,
like
I
Roblox.
mean, this was really like it's not like the first, but it was really the first like crazy one that like people were really like scared their game would be like erased forever because of this dude, or like they would get like hacked. But I do think it's very fun that the admins played into this one, especially Shedletsky and Mr. Doombringer. They played into this very early on.
Yeah, I find it really cool and how it's been like consistently popular since like the very early days of Roblox. I know I wasn't around to see it because I'm a semi-new player. If you can count like maybe like I joined in like maybe 2018. This account's 2019, but like I don't know. I find it really cool that he's, you know, it's iconic. You can't get really more iconic than 1x1x1x1. You can't.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. How many ones are there? Wait, can
It's
you type this one out?
I can't.
Oh, what?
It's
1x,
1x. There's at the 1x 3 times, and then there's a 1 at the end.
Oh, that's right. You don't have chat. I keep on forgetting. Oh,
I've typed it out too many times to not
There we go.
remember it. What is that? Oh, is this John Doe? I
John
think
Doe.
so. Okay.
wait.
This
Wait,
one
who's more
I thought
iconic?
was
1x1x1x1 or John Doe?
Nah, I think 1x1x1. I mean, John Doe's a lot newer, but 1x1x1 has really just had the Roblox in a chokehold for a million years.
March 17th, I think. Wasn't it
March
that?
18th, actually.
March 18th. God, such a new gen.
John Doe is even at the time I was like, do people really believe this? This is I was like 9 years old. I remember hearing about this. I was like, dude, even I thought this was stupid.
Yeah. It really was. It'd be like the equivalent of those like accounts that people on TikTok would say like, "Oh, they're gonna hack everyone on this day. Do not log in."
If you accept Annie's friend request, you will be evilly slaughtered in your home, and then she will be outside your door. Like, yeah, this Roblox friend request.
Yeah, now I always think of just John Doe. I think of the movie Seven. That's kind of all I do. I guess. What is John Doe? Just like the basic name, is that kind of
John Doe's the like an anonymous. If someone, for example, if someone like died in like a war or something, and their body was like decomposed enough that they couldn't be identified, and they were a male, they would say John Doe as like the grave name, or like any sort of like ID database stuff like that. And then Jane Doe was like the female counterpart, of course. And yeah, I mean, John Doe was just like a testing account that was pretty early. They didn't even have like male and female, like they didn't have you couldn't pick like your gender on the sign up screen at the time, so I don't really know why these accounts existed exactly. So it's just kind of I do find it really funny. People also made these types of rumors about different really early accounts that were like, they were just like David Bazuki's like relatives, or like people who invested in the company. And it's just like their dormant accounts from 20 years ago are now like in kids' nightmares for some reason. Like I think it was Greg. That's like David Bazuki's son, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And his account from 2004 is like this creepypasta now. So
Yeah,
I
shooting
think
for
this
the
one is
stars.
stupid. Yeah.
Okay. John Doe. Oh God.
He's
Opinion on David
interesting.
Bazuki. I don't know. It's like it's weird because I feel like, wait, is this catering to us to talk about the recent stuff, or is it just anything in general? Because I feel like in the early days, no, you don't have to. Okay, I feel like in the early days, from what I've seen, I feel like because they were like these entrepreneurs who just decided, you know what, let's make a game and then we're gonna have fun with it. But now that it's become so popular and they're gonna generate all this wealth that they just make, what is it like? Because for the stock market, or these what's the word I'm looking for? The
investors and stuff.
investors, they make decisions based on the investors, and they don't really make decisions on the players anymore. Because I feel like they used to. Could you back that? Is that true or is that false? I could be completely wrong.
I mean, they did. Okay, it was. I feel like it was a mix of both. I mean, after probably the early 2010s, there was a big switch. I mean, at the time, it's not like they weren't. Like, it's not like just saying like, oh, Roblox is so corporate now. If you really think about it, it's not like they. That's something I feel like people make the mistake on thinking. Like, people act like the internet wasn't always corporate. Like the Yahoo GeoCities deal for like $1 billion, that happened like a solid 7 or 8 years before I was even born. The internet was always corporate like this. So I feel like Roblox fitting into that glove, it doesn't really surprise me at all. Nothing that has happened recently really surprises me. So I feel like David Baszucki is just kind of like not really that different from any sort of billionaire or entrepreneur
CEO
or any CEO of like a. I mean, I feel like he's he I wouldn't call him as evil as like Jeff Bezos or something, but you know, he's just like a regular old billionaire, you know.
We need a what's his last name? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Gabe Newell.
Oh, Gabe Newell,
Valve?
yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome. I feel like he's
chill
really
as hell.
awesome. Yeah. Wait, is that the last one? How do you spell his last name?
Baszucki. I almost said Y.
Wait. So his last name from the start. Hold on.
Baszucki. I had a friend tell me it was like a Polish last name and it should be like Baszucki, but he has never said it like that, so I don't know if that's actually true.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, you have to put David at the start, I think.
Hold on. Okay, I don't think it's working. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay, you just couldn't see it disappear. Yes.
The really stretched out decal is really
looks so stupid. Oh yes, I love Brandonworks. Is just like there's not really anything wrong with it, honestly. I just love it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really trying to be like some crazy like ARG. It was like a web series passion project. That's really I feel like that's why I didn't really understand. This is a targeted attack at you. I don't really understand why you made a Roblox ARGs tier list video and you ranked it quite low, and I was very surprised by that because I feel like Brandon Works is really just like a thorough like straight line sort of like it's like good all the way through and like very consistently like delivers. I don't know if that's the proper phrasing for that, but you know, I feel like it's very consistently good all the way through, and you know.
Okay, well, here's my thing. I feel like with a lot of like the channels that I cover or covered, I don't know, I feel like I'm just really interested in like it might just because of the grand stuff, you know. I think I rated Seal Directory higher because I absolutely loved the game stuff. And I know Brandon Works, one and done, amazing series. I love what I love about Brandon Works is how it wasn't like stretched on for so long. It was just, here's the beginning, here's how it's gonna go, and then this is the ending, bam. Yeah. It's not really like, you know, okay, come on, when are we wrapping this up? I feel like my opinion on that tier list would be very different now. It'd be very different. I feel like I'll probably update it, but I don't know. What did I give higher than it? Hold on. I gave Seal Directory, Face Lols, One That Shall Not Be Named, and then Recall the Hollow Heart. But yeah, my list honestly would be very different today. because I've gained a more appreciation for like not needing to drag it on. And I'm not insulting other series because I know they have these ideas that they want to go ahead and convey and this story that they want to continue with, but I just love the idea of, like you said, it was just very cohesive, very consistent, and you have all these things that you could decipher and look at, but also not be too long to overwhelm a new viewer. You know that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not like you should skip skip things in a series, but I feel like if you went and like recall a hollow heart like midway through and then like just started watching from there for some reason, I don't know why you would do that. I feel like there would be so much that you would just like completely be thrown off by. I don't know how to explain it other than that. That's like not like regular or anything anyone does, but it's like, how do I explain it? I feel like it's the best, like, or one of the best executed web series of its kind, in the way it's like written and like the ideas that it tries to convey. Like I feel stuff like that. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, when I made a video about it in 2023, and I feel like there were a lot of things I should have, in retrospect, like I feel like the religious like aspects of it and like the like not rebirthing, but like spawning and stuff like that, like those types of aspects to it, I should have focused a lot more on. I don't know why I like kind of shied away from like talking about, like, I think at the time I wanted to like shy away from talking about anything religious, even though like I feel like I wouldn't care about like, oh, if you're in like a cult, like a doomsday cult, like, yeah, you're gonna get so offended by this video. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was on at the time, because I'm not religious or anything like that. But
wait, did you see the anniversary video?
I did,
Like,
yeah. I saw the Halloween like movie thing as well.
That one was great. But when I watched the anniversary, the creator, she explained that, I think, like what you said, people that were like kind of going over the religion aspect, when that's literally what brand works kind of
it's like the epitome of it.
It's,
I really shied away from it when I talked about it, and I don't really do those sorts of, or I haven't done many of those sorts of like ARG or like web series analysis types of videos since, because I mean, I feel like I don't want people watching it instead of the original series or video.
Of course.
I feel like people did that with Brandon Works specifically a lot, and like I'll see people recommending others Brandon Works, and then they'll send them not the channel but my video, and it's like stuff like that, and so it's I don't know, especially because I feel like I didn't represent like I didn't really paint like a full picture of like what the series is really about and stuff like that.
I understand. Like another part with that, which reminds me, I feel like a lot of people, like what you said, they kind of just watch the video. I'm kind of like on either side, because there's people that, yes, they want to go through it, they want to do all these things, but then there's also people that, like, I guess, like, maybe they're not the biggest fan of web series stuff, but like they maybe don't have the time to like go all through it. But what I always do, obviously you want people to literally support the video with the channel that you're making a video on. I feel like that's really really scummy to do, which is why I always I always recommend,
like, emphasize that
you gotta watch it. And my video is going to be outdated soon, so you might as well watch it. You might as well watch the series. That's what I mean. I didn't mean my video. But yeah, that's kind of like my opinion on it. I guess some people maybe they just like watching your video and not really interested in, the channel in general. Yeah, they could subscribe, but, I don't know. It's kind of like a little, it's kind of a weird like situation for me to like think on, because I make videos on it. Obviously I want people to go support it. That's kind of why I'm making the video. But then I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain. But back on Brandon Works, I want to talk about the ending, because I love how, I explained this before, but how it's just done,
It's just sudden, yeah.
Yeah, it just hits so hard. And then when you watch it, I explained this in my tier list video, when you watch the ending, when you watch the whole series, maybe there's a lot of stuff you miss throughout the series, and then you really find out,
and then it snaps to you, and
yeah,
it feels like it's like, I don't know, there's kind of an aspect to it that's like before that, like up until that point, like people were making all these, like in the story, like people that were kind of like focused on the story as it was like unraveling with Brandon and his whereabouts. They were kind of making up these like rumors and stuff like that, especially like Ozolog and stuff like that, and kind of like these like weird like brain tangents about like where he could be. Like, I don't know how to explain it really, but like that's kind of like, I don't know, like when not like the exact same thing happened to me as a kid, but like in similar situations, that's kind of like how it really is, where it's like you think something's one way and then you like, it's like a sudden sort of event that kind of just like shifts like everything, and that's why I really like that's how it ended.
Yeah,
because it's not like there's some sort of like ghost entity haunting a Roblox game. It's very different in that regard, where it's more of like this is a fully real thing. This is the people
grounded
behind the avatars. Yeah, it's like very like it's just reality. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if I phrased that properly, but
yeah. But what I love is like, you watch the whole series, you see the ending, and then let's say you watch it again, you're gonna pick up so many more red flags, and you're like, oh, I don't know how I didn't see that before. And then it's insane. I love it. I feel like I said, I probably have a lot more of a more positive, even though the review I had on it was positive, it's gonna be much higher in my list, because man, I gotta rewatch it, and I know I'll absolutely love it even more. Here, Brandon Works. Let's see what's next. Whoa! Yes, I know that guy. I know that. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't know. So, JX1DX1. I think I said it's probably my favorite antagonist, because it's just like, if you just look at his avatar, even the old one, it would fit perfectly in the old creepypasta stuff. Like you were explaining before, how these web series take inspiration
like connect to older myths and creepypastas. I feel like this slots right in there. Yeah.
Yeah, like the OG outfit from like when I made my first video, his face is literally from the April Fool's like hacking.
Yeah.
It's literally from that. And I just love how it's so, like, I don't know, it's like, how do I explain this? It shows praise and appreciation for these early creepypastas, and takes inspiration and has this new idea to it. And it's awesome. I think it's really cool, and you can't really get more iconic in the Roblox ARG and web series community than JX1DX1. I might be wrong, but I feel like he's the most popular entity, maybe next to like Nosoi and what's Flowers. Yes, I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but Flowers, like those are, I think those are like the big three, even though Rawchaz is done but being like remade and stuff.
Flowers being, or just the general Whistle Occurrence series, this is completely unrelated to Face Laws. I don't really have much to say about it, because I wasn't really at first. I didn't really like explore it too deeply, but the Whistle Occurrence series being as popular as it is now is really funny to me because I remember seeing that when it came out because I had already
I do too. Like,
I was already familiar with Vibing Leaf and some of their creations before, but kind of like seeing it come back and then like people really picking it apart and like because I didn't really pay it too much mind when it came out, stuff like that.
yeah.
So I think seeing it come back years later is very interesting.
Because what was like the first video from like 2023 or something? I feel like it was like early. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was 2023 or maybe 2022. I think it would have been 2023.
Yeah. Oh, January 25th, 2023. Wow.
Yeah, it was quite early in retrospect.
When was the next one? The next one came out a year and a half later. Jesus. Because that was the second one. And then the third one was like a year ago. Yeah. Oh, I really like Whistle Occurrence, even though, I mean, it can be a little bit like a stereotypical Roblox web series, but I did talk to one of like the creators, and it made a lot of sense because it's literally just like a series, episodes, and each video will be different. It's has all these different ideas, and the new one, that was amazing. That was really cool because it parodied these like YouTubers that would go through and be like, you know, let's go guys, we're gonna go ahead and explore this. It's like those clickbait YouTubers that you'd see and then they get slimed out, and it's awesome. That's probably my favorite one, the hunt for the whistle. Like each one gets even better and better and better, and I love it. Vibin Leaf is really talented. Well, yeah, he's really talented, and the whole team behind it, I think there's a team behind it, is really talented. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if Vibin Leaf if you're watching this, but I don't know. I really love it. But
there was also I also found it interesting before Whistle Occurrence. Vibing Leaf had like a different Roblox sort of like, it wasn't really as like a closer to the ARG sort of thing or anything like that. It was more of like a weird like eerie showcase type of video. I don't know if you remember this, but it got like unlisted, but it was very short lived, and I remember it. I haven't gone back to it and like sort of like compared and contrasted it with like the later sort of tropes that are put into like the Whistle series, but I do think it's very interesting, like coming back to like older ideas that were kind of put on pause and then like refining them. And that was kind of what happened with Brandon Works a little bit. I mean, there was like a really long pause between like there was a bunch of episodes that were set in like 2009, 2010, and then like 2012. Those were like way later. I think the original ones were 2021, 2022, like very early 2022, and then the later ones were released like towards the start of 2023.
all right, no problem. Here, guys. I think all cameras on me. Watch my dance moves. Yeah. Hold on. This is the first one, and then watch the second one. Yeah. See that? Then this third one's so stupid. We got this one. You know. We got this one. You know, just I'm just so nonchalant, I guess. I don't know. We got. Okay. I'm not. Okay, we're not gonna do that one. And then we have this. Yeah. I think this is in Fortnite.
Back,
Oh, okay.
got a drink
What's
and
up?
did the laundry and did the dishes and you know everything.
You ready
That's a good
to
time to yeah, just cut out the AFK break and this is a proceeding point.
I showed off all my emotes.
I only have a default one and the Charlie XCX Apple one, but it doesn't even appear. I can't because I didn't have it equipped and I don't want to reset.
All right. Bam.
I think
Oh,
it's
is it all
eyes
caps?
of face lols.
It is?
Or it might be, I don't know.
Eyes of face lols. Bam.
Oh!
Whoa! Dude,
Okay,
that
welcome
was
back.
pretty cool. Okay.
Do you want to hit the button?
Sure.
Hobbies and interests outside of YouTube. Do you want to start on this one?
Yeah, this is gonna be a 3-hour interview now. No, okay. So hobbies. I love playing sports. I'll play soccer. A little bit of like pickup hockey because I'm Canadian, so obviously we do. Um,
I didn't even know you were Canadian.
yeah. But yeah, I love playing those sports. Surprisingly, I like ping pong.
Mm.
A random sport. But yeah, actually that reminds me. I'm watching this show. I don't know if you've seen or heard of, Ping Pong the animation.
I
Oh, you ever
I
heard
am
of
not
that?
familiar.
But it's this, I think it's this anime, and it's really cool. I actually watched it. I watched an episode before this. Fun fact, for all the
Mm.
people out there. But I think my biggest hobby would probably be watching movies.
Mm.
I watch them a lot. A lot. Obviously I have a letterbox account, anyone watching you could follow me, I'll type on my username just in case,
Yeah.
there you go. Just
We're just promoting ourselves now. Wow.
don't blur that. Please don't blur that. Please don't blur that. But yeah, I like watching a lot of movies. I really do enjoy it because I'll watch a lot of like not really like confusing ones, but ones that really make me think, and I'd have to like research and go into the themes of it, which hey, that's what I do with ARGs sometimes,
Mm.
It's kind of I don't know, I love doing the research stuff. Like hold on, what was a movie I saw recently? Uh there was one that really made me think. What was it called? Oh, so it's this movie called Possession from the 80s. It's
Mm.
it's definitely rated R, but it's a good one. It's a horror movie. It's like I don't know, but it was like it made it seem like it was a normal paranormal movie, but it also wasn't, and it would go deep into the themes of like a dying marriage and all this stuff. It was really cool.
Mm.
And then there's also like Autumn Sonata. It's like from Igmar Bergman. He's like a Swedish director, and that's also the relationship between a daughter and a mother. I don't know. I love watching movies. That's kind of my hobby. What I just explained. I'll talk about it a lot. I kind of feel bad for my mom
Oh,
because
there was a video you started with like a brief intro connecting an ARG to Space Odyssey. I remember that.
yeah, and I'm doing that for my next one actually. Well, this one's music,
Mm.
but yeah, I love like comparative writing and all this stuff, finding similarities between like a topic and then finding a subtopic that relates to it that can help explain it to the audience better. Like I
Mm.
felt that intro with uh what is it? With these rogue AIs like HAL 9000 and what is it? AM from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Is that you know what that is, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you've heard of it. It was popular on TikTok. But like I don't know, that's I really like comparing stuff in that way. You can tell I like English in school. It's one of my favorites. But I don't know, that's just I love doing it. So it's just like one of my hobbies and I love, reading and watching movies and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like surprisingly like as up until probably I was like 13 or 14, like I really just like barely watched like movies for some reason. I don't really know why. I think it was an attention span thing. Like
Yeah.
just no movie of any kind could keep my attention for more than a solid 40 seconds. But I turned around on that. The movie to for some reason the movie to turn me around on that was the Blair Witch Project. For some reason, I watched that
Hell
with
yeah.
a couple friends when I was the first one, not the sequel. I watched that with a couple friends when I was 15, and that was for some reason like the pivotal point for like, because I feel like yeah, you were talking about this like a second ago, and I think one thing I really like about horror, like anything horror, is like a trope, or I guess like a writing style or something.
Uh-huh.
Connecting like a real world, like a failing marriage or something, connecting that to a horror story instead of it being like entirely, it's just like a, oh, this is a evil fucking ghost, and it's like that's it. And I feel like connecting like some sort of real world, like something like that, to like a horror aspect uh
Yeah.
is just like, it connects you. It's just like, I feel like this is like a very water is wet opinion now that I'm actually thinking about it, like but like it's just like it makes it way easier to like connect to a story and like really like uh put yourself in it, like enrich yourself. I don't know how to explain it, like really like fall like into this story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I love Blair Witch Project, by the way. I love that movie. I, I think I'm gonna connect this to one of your videos actually. What was
Hmm.
that series called with the she lived in Britain and it was just a girl
Louise
and she
Paxton, yeah.
yes.
That was pretty much the YouTube Blair Witch Project. I mean, at the time
Because the ending.
there was no there was yeah, the ending as well, and there was another scene in a video that, it was like a couple videos before the ending, that was she was kind of
Yeah.
like she was kind of like up against like a bathroom door, and it literally was like she was doing the like half face on camera, she was doing like the exact same angle, and I remember people
Yeah.
comparing that to the Blair Witch Project. But yeah, it really, that series really is crazy to me, because that was like, there was pretty much nothing like that on YouTube specifically. It was, and there was one thing I didn't talk about in that video. Because YouTubers, like especially like vloggier YouTubers, they were a lot more like open to like messing with their style at the time, because this was before, like, there was no YouTube formula at the time. It was very like expressive. I mean, not like it can't be now if you dig deep enough, but like back then that
Uh-huh.
was like all there was. This is like early 2007, and pretty much she the so Louise Paxton was a like a this web series about like a girl that was like in this house, and she couldn't really escape, even though it was like, it kind of spiraled into this, like, it was like a ghost story at first, and then like this missing person, and then eventually it kind of like, it spiraled into something that was far beyond just like a ghost or like someone breaking in. um
Scared me.
it was sort of like this like incomprehensible thing. And pretty much there was one, it all took place on a YouTube channel, and this is very early YouTube, and the main actor, Zoe Richards, did like a video where she participated in this like collab. It was a retelling of an Edgar Allan Poe book that like 20 YouTubers did. If you can put this on screen, I'll send you the link later. It was like a retelling of an Edgar Allan Poe story, and then she was in it, and something about like I don't remember exactly what it was, because it's been like a year since I've thought about this channel really,
Uh-huh.
but it was something related to a window or in the dark specifically was like mentioned in the segment that she had, and it connected to the story they were building on their channel. And I don't know why I didn't I think I found it like after the video came out, but no one had really pointed it out to me, and it like it clicked for me, and I was like, that's actually insane, nobody was
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. I've completely gone off the course of the original question. My hobbies outside of YouTube are mostly music. Um, I've been making music for not technically as long as I've been doing YouTube. Mostly really since about mid 2019. I've been it was originally I was producing, and then I didn't make like pop songs or anything like that for a while, or anything with vocals, because I was scared of sounding like a fool, or scared of like people hearing me, or like like sounding stupid. So I didn't really do that until I was probably like 16, and then eventually I started taking music a lot more seriously and making like actual like projects that were I was actually like happy with. For example, and this is not self promo, an EP I did called Aldaker, which wasn't in it was originally, I think I got the word for it from a Roblox game. I didn't want it connected to Roblox at all, but it just ended up like the scenery of there's a showcase game from 2008 called Aldaker that uh it kind of like well like connected in theme a little bit, because it was kind of like this like sort of like change of season kind of like sort of thing that kind of ran throughout the entire like project, and that was a name I chose years before it ended up actually coming out, and then I just kept it because at that point, even though I had already thought about replacing it, it had already kind of like changed meaning entirely and just been kind of associated with the music in that way. uh
Yeah.
but yeah, uh I started out doing like electronic, and then eventually got more into like the main focus of it being like uh combining like acoustics with like electronics, and like making that into like a like not really like pop music, but like something that's like digestible, like the really like harsh electronics, and then like the like soft acoustic like melodic type of stuff,
Hmm.
like combining that with like something synthesized, and like making it sound like in a way that like is like like not soothing on the ears, not I'm not making ASMR or something, but like something that is like actually like uh like making real songs out of it is just like something that's really interesting to me. I know I remember there was a creators on the Blox Twitter account tweet that was like uh it said that like Aphex Twin and Death Grips, two
I did
artisan
see that.
groups, being a through line on a lot of different interviews, was like for some reason consistent, and that's really funny to me because for me those were really early influences on me. I found out about Aphex Twin because of C418 when I was like 7 years old. And I had already kind of like fallen down the like techno and IDM and like ambient rabbit hole around that time, and eventually like drum and bass, and at the time like dubstep, but more so like the older stuff like pre like Skrillex, no hate to Skrillex, but like stuff like Burial, for example. Like stuff like that really caught my attention, and so kind of combining this stuff that was more of like, it wasn't really like, not like it wasn't expressive, but it wasn't like it felt like alien in a way, like robotic.
Uh-huh.
Combining that with like something like really human, like any sort of like uh pop song or like rock or like anything like that, something that's like very organic, like combining the two is just something that's really interesting to me. And I've spiraled kind of on this topic, but I'm trying to think of some other hobbies. I like just doing, I feel like writing, just writing videos is really interesting to me. I've
Yeah.
done this quite a few times where I just end up writing like a section of a video that doesn't exist, where I just like write about something in like
Why
my
didn't I
spare
say
time.
making videos? I like making
Yeah.
videos. Why didn't I say
I
that?
mean, I think the original question was sort of outside of YouTube, but
Oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad.
I I did make a lot of, well, to be fair, I did use making videos as an excuse for kind of any school project. I would
Uh-huh.
always turn it into like oh, I can just make a video project for this and then present it in front of the class or whatever. Cuz that was like easy for me, and it would just always be an easy A, cuz it would like it
Yeah, that's the
wouldn't
method.
yeah. I haven't had the chance to do that in a while, but that was what I was doing like freshman year, sophomore year. I would make like stupid videos with my friends and then turn those in as school projects, and that would just be like an easy A, because even if it was like sequenced together like slightly coherently, it would
It would
end up
blow the teacher's
looking.
mind.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. So it's not even, I feel like making videos isn't even like a YouTube thing for me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it spirals back to when I was really getting started making videos, cuz for a while the I've kind of I did mention I deleted a lot of my old videos and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've kind of gone back on this like archival journey to like try and uh like I've pretty much like preserved what I can of that era, you know what I mean? Of like my early online presence, and logged pretty much everything I made at that point. In the year 2016, I made upwards of 200 videos for no
Holy.
audience at all. Um, they weren't like total, or they were pretty garbage realistically, but like um that was like the most organic sort of thing that that my channel has ever been. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't really
Uh-huh.
formulaic. I feel like even like subconsciously now I stick to like some sort of formula or something, which isn't like it's not really a bad thing. I mean, there's like ways to make a video that is like good. Like every video has like a structure to it, but
Yeah.
back then it was like I didn't even know what that, I probably couldn't spell structure. So, stuff like that. It's just very uh making video, I like making videos.
Yeah. I actually forgot some hobbies. Well, okay, I like collecting stuff
Ooh.
like that I'm passionate about. Like in the summer, really funny story. So, I just want to let you know that maybe before 2023, I only played like 3 games because I had an Xbox, I didn't have a computer, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play Roblox, Minecraft, and Rocket League. Those are the 3 games. I
That's
swear
like the
nothing
only
else.
three good games that exist anyway, so,
Yeah, and then okay, actually maybe Geometry Dash 2. I played that on my
mm,
phone, but um, when I started playing like actual games, like I played Half-Life, those games for the first time in like 2023, 2024. I kid you
mm.
not. And they changed my life. And now I'm so open to playing all these other stuff. So I find Silent Hill 2 and I play it.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, this is the best thing ever. I'm gonna collect every game. So I did that. So now I just have a lot of them on my on like my shelf. I just have Silent Hill 2, 3, 4, not 1. I don't really want to
Oh,
buy that.
dude, Silent Hill 1 is probably like actually you might actually have to offer like an arm and a leg for that. Like uh
Yeah,
I've
like
been into both CD collecting and game collecting. I feel like there was especially as a kid, because I
okay.
had like zero, I had like zero like money, and I didn't. My parents wouldn't like. I wouldn't make my parents buy this stuff for me, so it was really just whatever like allowance I had, I would like scrap together. Because at the time, I would have been about like 10 years old when I started getting really into retro game collecting,
Yeah.
specifically Nintendo stuff at the time. Mostly like N64 and like SNES, those kinds of eras. Um, that sort of stuff was really interesting to me because at the time I didn't have a great computer. It was an office PC from probably when I was actually 2 years old. That I had until 2022. It was very bad. I'm talking 2 gigabytes of RAM, and about a
Jeez.
100 gigabytes of storage space. It was rough. So I did end up spending a lot of time like on the console gaming sort of side for a while, and uh Silent Hill 2, I didn't really do that. I haven't done that as much in recent years, though I have bought stuff like I bought Silent Hill 2 in 2023. I bought I'm trying to think of stuff. I bought I started getting into Myst very recently. I
Oh,
made a video about Frozen Soul, or Dream Game, which is a Roblox game that draws
yeah.
heavy inspiration from both Yume, and which I was, by the way, RPG Maker horror games and RPG Maker games specifically, very huge interest in my youth.
Uh-huh.
Paranoiac, Aoni, stuff like that, Ebe especially.
I
Uh,
love that Oni.
so stuff like that, and Mist. And Mist, I didn't really touch on in that video at all because I wasn't very familiar with it. But like especially like the first Mist was like crazy influential for like I think it's from 1995 something, it's 1990 somewhere in that range. It's or no, I think it's 1993 actually. It's just like crazy uh early and like ahead of the curve. Yeah, so kind of like for adventure games, like getting into stuff like that. Uh, and I was also really into CD collecting for years because my dad, that's what he did a lot. He's been doing it for years, and then I just kind of copied the hobby. Uh,
I have
and
a lot of vinyls.
I do
I
think
love collecting
records.
vinyls.
I do like records. I don't have any, like, or I don't have any. My dad does, but I don't own any myself, except for a couple of 7 inches.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I have a lot of records. Like there's this store that I'd always go to and they have a lot of stuff. I know you mentioned Aphex Twin. Love
mm,
Aphex Twin. I have select the first Selected Ambient Works, which isn't really ambient, but then I have
well, yeah.
Selected Ambient Works Volume 2, the box set, the one that they just released,
Oh,
because that's literally one of my favorite. I love that album so much. Literally, if I'm like studying for like, I don't know, maybe some like assignment or an exam that I have, I'll put that album on and I'll write all the information that I need. Or let's say I'm doing homework, I'll put that on in the background. It's like 2.5 hours, I think. I think it's that long. I don't know, but I don't know. It's so amazing. I
dude,
love it.
I just you just reminded me. I was in a computer science class that I hated in freshman year of high school, and during a test, it was like I don't know if it was like I think it was Java. It was a Java class. I I put I put on Selected Ambient Works 2 in my earbuds, and
Uh-huh.
I had that playing, and that was like the last time I ever listened to music during a test because I thought like even if it was like I think I was listening to Rhubarb specifically because if I was listening to the rest I would have
That's
been
a banger.
freaking out. um, but it was like I put that on as I was doing the test, and I have never failed a test that hard in my life. So I think of that and the Half-Life 1 mod, Afraid of Monsters. I don't know if you've ever checked that out, but if you haven't, don't. Because the guy who made it is crazy. But
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Aphex Twin was well, yeah like a early electronic influence on me. Have most I have all of his mainline or main Alias studio albums. I can't just say I have all of his albums,
uh-huh.
because he has that many. But
Drux
uh,
would be kind of hard to get.
I do have that actually.
You do?
On CD. On if you have that on record, you probably cut off a leg and sold it over eBay.
Yep. I
To
don't
do
have that.
that. So
I want it
yeah,
so bad.
okay, yep. You know what to do. So it was that, and I started collecting more of his EPs after a while. I started really getting into
You try
like
Polygon Window?
Polygon Window. I have not gotten anything from. I don't know what CD releases there were for. I don't think Surfing on Sine Waves had a CD release. I think that was strictly like a record, and I think it was a record thing. I don't know. I would have to do research on that again, but stuff like that. I was I got like a lot of CDs for like just any like artist that was like I was like really into on like the internet, like that was
Uh-huh.
kind of like more of like an electronic thing or like a I don't know, I like a hyper pop type of thing.
Yeah.
In the like earlier 2020s, I would if they had a CD or like any sort of like cassette, I would get that. Recently, I've been getting all of the works from the Promise Ring, which is a Wisconsin early emo band, not like
think I've heard of
MCR
that.
or like Fallout Boy type of emo, but like more of like the mid '90s stuff. They are amazing because they were able to because in the earlier days of their discography, so they started out in 1995, but like 1996 they released their first like full length studio album. It was 30 Degrees Everywhere, and they had like that mid 90s sort of like actual emotional hardcore type of sound where it was like the very it was like I don't know how to really describe it, but it was more of a. It wasn't really like poppy or anything like that, but it kind of was. But
Uh-huh.
they combined it like they went further and further in the pop direction. So their albums after that, Nothing Feels Good, Very Emergency, uh, and they had EPs in the middle,
I'll look that up
are
actually.
just
What's it called again?
great because wait, what's up?
I'll look that up. What's the name again?
The Promise Ring. I would check out Electric Pink and Very Emergency. They had the best combination of like actual like emo from the 90s from so like the like really early stuff and like pop music. They had the best combination of that and they were so early to that style. It's
Uh-huh.
just like amazing. And also Davey, the lead singer, his songwriting suits that style so well. It's just great. He's like
It,
a just like they disbanded 2002 or 2000 it might have been, yeah, I think it was late 2002. uh
yeah.
but yeah, they were just great. And then they had a different album called Woodwater that was pretty much after like Davey had suffered from like a bunch of crazy events back to back to back while uh they were off like a tour and like they had already done some EPs, and they ended up making like a way softer album, and it still did it was just so like pretty much everything they did was great. I don't this is like
Yeah.
the band I'm most obsessed with right now. But yeah.
Red and Blue Jeans, is that one of their
Yeah,
most popular?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll listen to this later. Thanks.
I would recommend it,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh back on when I was mentioning Silent Hill, dude, I have the whole stack right here. So I have uh Silent Hill Homecoming. That game's terrible. I don't even know why I
I've
have
never
it.
played it. I want to play Silent Hill 4. I've never played it.
That game is awesome. It's really hated because it was so different from the previous three,
Oh yeah.
but it's still really good. I have Silent Hill HD collection. This one's terrible,
I do
obviously.
also remember hearing like terrible things about that, yeah.
Yeah. Silent Hill Downpour. This one isn't good.
I haven't
Then I
even like
have
thought of anything past like the first four pretty much.
there's these two, Silent Hill Shattered Memories and Origins. These are for the PSP. I
Mm.
played both of them. And then yeah, then we have the originals. Silent Hill 4 The Room, Silent Hill 3, and then Silent Hill 2 for the Xbox, but I have the PS2 version, but it's just somewhere else. Wait, why is my Metal Gear Solid 2 in here? Why is that in here? That shouldn't be in there. Um it was just the bottom of the stack. I didn't even play that game. Um I don't know. I've always wanted to play it, but I just never got around to it. But yeah, I don't know. I like playing a lot of video games. Like I got into Resident Evil. Oh, those games stress me out.
Dude.
I don't have you played them, right?
The only one I've finished is I played this one was really early. This was probably the first like real horror game I played that wasn't like some like random bullshit that Markiplier played. And and there it was the real like first real like good horror game I ever played, and
Slendy
it was
Tubbies.
yeah, it was, like other than stuff like that, Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, not the Wii version or PS2 version.
Oh,
It was, and it was such like a great starting point as well because my dad had already had it, and it was or no, it was actually one of the games that I think a guy he knew at work gave him the GameCube when the Wii was coming out, and it was like one of the first games he had with it. and that was way before I'd played it. Of course, this is when I was like 10. So
Uh-huh.
that was like the first and only Resident Evil game that I have really ever played, and it was such because it was that good, and I could understand that when I was even like 10 years old. It was really like a jump when I recently played Resident Evil 2. I haven't finished it or gotten very far, and I'd only seen a little bit of Resident Evil 1. I was vaguely familiar
Uh-huh.
with that, but I don't own that, but Resident Evil 2 was just like such like a contrast because it was like the first of all the different perspective, different controls. It
Yeah.
was way more like shooter zombie oriented, like you're getting like ultra blasted like immediately, like that type of thing. And so it was
I
very different.
those games, especially 2, because that was like the first one Resident Evil game I ever played. They do something to me. Like they I like when I played 2, there's a boss battle. There's 2 boss battles. One's this supposedly really easy, but I died like maybe 20 times. I was crashing out. Like I was so mad. I beat it, and then I got to the end of the game. It's the it's the worst boss battle I think I've ever played in my life, and I
Oh
died
my
20
god.
times also. But I don't know. That's kind of it. All right, do you want to click the red button?
Yeah, sure.
All right, bam.
Clicked. Okay.
Let's think
Advice in the future of your channels. Just do what you want to do. Uh
of- Yeah. Oh, I think it's my turn for the advice. Crap. This is, you know what? This can come from a fan's perspective. Uh, Upload more, please. Please, I need more videos. I love them so much. Um, okay, but in all seriousness, I don't know. I really like the videos that are um not like I love the Roblox videos. I love them so much, but I also love it when you do like you branch off and it's
mm,
awesome. Like I think the recent one, I'm yet to watch it, but it was on something else. Hold on. Let me just
fun
Toasted
game.
cherries. Yeah, I wanted to watch that, but I haven't gotten around to it. It's one of those videos. It was like, okay, I'm gonna put that on my watch later, and then I don't end up watching it, but I'm gonna put it back now. Yeah, bam.
I think that video is it that video in specific, and this is gonna be a short tangent, I promise. Was really I think that's my best video at the moment
Uh-huh.
because it was really a culmination of like 10 different videos I wanted to make from like January 2025 to like January 2026. I'd written a couple different script revisions for a video about just like general low budget horror games, but I didn't want to put something out that was like kind of just like a single water is wet opinion and just like look at how cool these games are. I wanted to really like string it together into like something more like cohesive, and
Uh-huh.
so I it was kind of just like a looking at like a really weird game that someone had made, and then kind of like showing what happens in it, and then like my thoughts on it, and then tying that back to like 10 different games that I just got the opportunity to ramble about. It's very yeah, that video I'm a very big fan of. I
Yeah.
do want to, for the future of my channel, I do want to like I've at the moment since October I've been alternating like Roblox, non-Roblox, Roblox, non-Roblox. I want to keep doing that and then slowly do probably less Roblox stuff in the future, and then
Uh-huh.
eventually I'll be able to upload more. Um I
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean not like I'm trying to like quit Roblox forever at the moment, but like, I
Yeah, I
just
understand.
yeah.
I guess for me, I wanna get better and more consistent at making like longer videos. I know a lot of my videos are like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Like I have one video that's over an hour, and I kind of want to get more into like that stuff. And also probably learning a better editing software because I don't even want to talk
Mm,
about what I use. Like I've been using it for so long, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'll learn something more technical soon. but then I get too lazy, and I think where it's like, oh God, if I don't edit this next video good, it's not going to be as quality as the other ones because I know
Yeah.
that editing software. But then if I use the new one, it's not going to be as good. That's just me overthinking all the time. But
You've been
w-
using DaVinci, right? Or something
no,
like that.
no, that's what I want to learn. I
Oh wait,
use
what have you been using?
Filmora 11. Surprisingly,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. It's so basic, but I've learned how to make something decently good with it, in my
that's actually
opinion.
crazy because that's in my mind, like that's like Windows Movie Maker tier for me. Like that's
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised at that.
You see what I mean?
That's
Like I get too
crazy.
lazy with learning these other ones. And I get pissed off at myself where it's like, okay, probably could be able to make longer videos if I had a more powerful one. Like when I made the second Recall a Hollow Heart video, my computer, well, Filmora was like dying. And I was like, please,
Mm.
just a little bit longer. Just don't crash on me. But I don't know. I just gotta learn, and it's really annoying. I'm kind of stuck in this bubble where it's just like I want to branch out to a different software, but then I don't, and it's really annoying. And I always say, okay, this is the last video I do with it, and then I edit
Yeah.
another video with it. So, but that's just me, where it's just like I probably wish, no, I wish I would have used a more technical software years ago, because then I would have been
Mm.
good and learned with it now.
I think
So
it's best to remember that you have no real deadlines. All of that is like just kind of like a thing you're posing on yourself.
yeah,
That was an issue really early on where I would just kind of force out a video even if I wasn't really a big fan of it, and then I would just like unlist it later, and that was like a waste of time and effort. That's an issue I've had for a very long time. And that's why I spend a very long time on getting like an idea and then writing the script for that and then like making sure it's like good all the way through.
yeah,
I've had so many, especially in 2025. I had probably like 10 different videos that were like just at the idea stage and then ended up getting scrapped in the writing stage, and I had already just wasted an entire week on that, and it's like, okay, well, I just wasted all that time, and now it's been 3 months since I last uploaded. Oops. So I feel like you definitely like by like a long shot have me beat in like consistency. um because
yeah.
you can
Mhm.
upload like great like 20, 30, 40 minute long videos uh like 2 3 weeks, maybe a month apart. Uh, I
Uh-huh.
can upload a 10 minute video every 4 months, and that's okay. You don't like it's there's like a quality versus quantity type of thing that I deal with that
Uh-huh.
is like my biggest issue. Uh, like I feel like I don't want to end up making like 12 million videos that are just kind of like okay, but
Mhm.
I just want to make like a bunch of good videos for because I don't like watching back a video I made and it's just like kind of trash in comparison to what I know I can make. But I
Yeah.
do also want to talk about um, I've been using Vegas Pro for years,
Uh-huh.
and I did try to switch to Adobe Premiere when I was making what was it called? Exploring Dead Roblox Games 2. And
Yeah.
so there are a couple sections in it that are actually edited with Adobe Premiere, but I hated it instantly. Like I've been getting told to switch to Adobe Premiere for years, and I've been on Vegas Pro since literally 2016, and I'm just fine with it. Like that is what I know I can make stuff in, so it's not really the tools. I mean, Filmora I do feel like is quite
Yeah.
limited, but I feel like if you know what you're doing, you can really do anything with anything, you know? So, yeah. It's like yeah. I mean, just fuck Adobe and their software. I'm not using Premiere.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be like my mindset with my videos. I have a big problem with stressing myself out when I'm like in a period where I haven't really written or finished a script or came up with ideas or commissioned a thumbnail. Like I'll always think to myself where it's like, okay, I have to do this today or I can't, or I have to do this next week and I have to upload, or I'll everyone will leave, I overthink, thinking like if I don't upload, my channel will slowly trickle away, and
Mm.
it's not a good mindset to have. To anybody who's watching, that is a terrible mindset, and I suffer from that, and I hate it. I really hate it because like I know that the audience will be fine with waiting a month or two, maybe
Yeah.
even longer. But it's just like I don't know. I always get so competitive with myself where I want to upload regardless of what it is, but when I don't, I unfortunately it kind of like changes my mood a bit, and I really hate that it does. I don't know. And then sometimes the videos will feel rushed because I'm rushing myself to get it out. But then there's sometimes where it's like I take a break and then I come back with a great video. But when
Yeah.
I'm in that period where I'm not uploading, it's kind of not really like super tough on my mind, where it's just like it's annoying. I'm really annoyed at myself, even though I
Mm.
really shouldn't. That it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to not upload for a while and do other things, you know? But it's just I don't know, that's just kind of how I've always been, and you know, I'm fine with this upload schedule. I do. I always try to do every 2 weeks, semi or a month.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 weeks or a month. But I don't know, that's just kind of how I work a lot, and I don't like it, to say the least. I don't like how much I overthink with YouTube. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can relate to that or
Yeah, I
anyone watching
definitely
can.
can, cause and the thing is, I could tell that I was imposing it on myself. Not like I ever stopped, cause I still do feel like that to an extent, but
Uh-huh.
I could very easily tell that I was like imposing that sort of idea on myself, cause I felt that way even when I had like, cause I mentioned before like 2019 to 2021 like or no like 2019 to like early 2021 I was stuck at like 100 subscribers max.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like really trying to like actually like build like a channel. But it wasn't really going anywhere. And then like uh like even back then when I had like 100 subscribers, I would be like, oh no, I haven't uploaded for a month. Like that makes no real difference. Like uh
Yeah.
or like thinking about it now, like in retrospect, that makes no difference. When you have 100 subscribers, you could actually like go like 9 months without uploading, and like there's no like that's like at the point where you're like fully like a free time type of hobby channel, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like that really, yeah, it's just advice. Wise, don't like just do what you want to do at your own pace. Like I feel like if you can there are like some formulas you kind of have to like incorporate in your like how you do things or like how you make your video, not really how you make your videos, but like how you like there's some stuff that you just kind of like that's like what like formulas and structures or like categories that I guess exist on YouTube that you can kind of like take notes from that are like it's like stuff like that, yeah, but like otherwise really you can just do whatever you want on YouTube and you can both make something you're proud of, people like, and have a following. So you can really just do all three and just be making
Yeah.
bullshit. It's okay.
Yeah, like right now I've been like reading a lot, and also like I've been reading I never really got into this stuff before, but I've been reading Chainsaw Man, and I actually kind of like it a lot. But
Mm.
and then I get kind of like when I'm reading it, I get kind of like that thought in my head, and I'm like, "Wait, should I be really writing a video right now? Should that be what I'm doing?" And
Mm.
I don't know, it's just like my mindset where it's like, "Oh, you have to be working on a video, you can't do anything else. You have to be working on a video so you can uh grow the audience and have your fans like appreciate the upload." But then I'm like, well, mainly I should probably do things that I enjoy and then come back when I feel like it. Like I look at
Yeah.
Corey Kinshin, like dude, like 1 year, he's gone.
Yeah.
But then that kind of eases my mind a bit where I'm like, you know what? At least it's not 6 months. It's like a month and a half. I'll be gone for a bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I have to say. You want to click the button?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Give final thoughts. When you're okay. Final thoughts. I had a great time. This was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, cause you know that I've been watching your videos for a while, and it's been really interesting to like learn a perspective of like another person who makes videos that are semi-similar to mine, I guess. Um, and yeah, just that's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I related to the like, I have to be making a video right now type of thought process, because
Yeah,
I feel like that anytime I'm just like playing a game or like making music or just listening to music or talking to friends or something. But it's like really that's what like kind of drives your videos in a way, like kind of especially in like the inspiration like idea
yeah,
process or writing process. You kind of have to just like have like a cool down, you know what I mean, between
yeah,
making videos. So it's like stuff like that, yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty cool conversation to have, because it was like sharing
absolutely.
like thoughts with like a creator in the same like category, because I don't there's not really like a middle ground, or this is kind of like the middle ground between like I don't know how to explain it, between uh like huge Roblox YouTubers or in like
Uh-huh.
I don't know, something else. Cause like there's like not really that many people who are kind of working in our like category that I can really think of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah, and also I know isn't really a conclusion, but I feel like this is back to the whole mindset stuff. But like I want to like make longer videos and let's say grander videos with more like research and effort put into it. So that's obviously
mm,
going to add a lot of time. So I think understanding that point of view will come with time because I'm not used to that. I'm used
yeah,
to making like a 20-minute video and uploading it and then being good for the week. Yeah, maybe after the big video I put out, I'll just play some random BS games I find on Surreal Game Finder.
yeah,
That's just kind of how like most of my channel goes, and I don't know. That's kind of it.
yeah.
So
Making
yeah,
like a huge project is always it's extremely varied in how it like develops and like how it ends up turning out, because like for example like for me, I'm gonna reference a couple of my own videos. YouTube Controversies Iceberg and I spent 30 days playing dead Roblox games were
yeah,
very different processes. I feel like YouTube Controversies Iceberg was just very intensive on research, but dead Roblox games, that was kind of one where I questioned the idea and like the entire foundation of the project. And like there were it was littered with like the actual production of the video was littered with so many like specific issues, especially with hardware and like just personal life stuff happening. And so it's like uh really like making a huge project is just like a crazy toll, but it's like the craziest like you will be like there's like I don't really know how to describe like the relief of like having like a huge passion project you've been working on for like probably upwards of like a year, having
yeah.
that done and having it out in the world, and then other people are like, yeah, I like this video, like stuff like that. Yeah, it's great.
I have a video like that I've been working on and recording and discussing since the summer, and I want to get it done, but I keep on pushing it back where it's like, okay, I'll do this video before, but then I do another video, then I do another video. But yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
creators
I'm
on the
very
blocks.
yeah, subscribe to creators on
Subscribe
the
to
blogs.
creators on the blocks, and creators create on the blocks. Keep
Yeah.
creating on the blocks. Keep bloxing on the. No.
We can cut that out. We can
Yeah,
we
you
can
can just we can you can just mute my entire mic throughout the entire interview. That's okay too. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm just Hold on.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Where's the camera?
I can't
don't know where the
type. I
camera
can't wave.
is. You can't. Hold on. You can Where's the camera? I don't know where the camera is, but I'm just gonna wave in a direction. There we go. I'm off to the corner.